Alrighty. Sounds good, Yoga. Thanks for the raid, man. Um, Anybody that came in with Yoga, if you are new to this, we do roast rates once a week. It's just basically what that implies is I've gotten a variety of coffee from our good friend over at Fat Beans Coffee Lab. Um, Welcome in, Josh. Or not Josh. Josh Allen. Welcome in, Chris. Um, but uh, Brian over at Fat Beans roasts coffee live on Twitch. It's actually really cool. He's a very knowledgeable individual. Um, I have a great time watching everything that he puts out. He's a very knowledgeable on the coffees, as he should be if you're roasting coffee. The nice little thing that Brian does, he gives us, when you place an order, you get these lovely little bags with his awesome little logo on it. As you can tell, I've got it up in the front corner too. He does a really good job, marks when they're roasted. That way you can keep your stock rotated. To give you a view of the beans that we have today, we do have a little bit of a darker roast than normal. So therefore our beans are a little darker. Gives it a lot more of that full flavor. I've learned a lot just from watching Brian and doing his roasts on Twitch. Like I said, he's a very knowledgeable individual when it comes to the roasts. He's given me a lot of enlightenment on areas and aspects of the coffee bean that I don't particularly know a lot about. So I've branched through all of that knowledge that I've given him. I'd love to shout him out and do the whole Fat Beans thing that we normally do every week that we do one of Brian's roasts. But unfortunately, like we said, the bot does not want to work. So what we have here is we've got that Guatemalan. It's a nice dark roast. I'm super looking forward to this. You know how I am. I'm always going to favor the darker roasts than I am the lighter roasts. That being said, we're looking forward to a little bit of a sweeter dark roast. I don't know how that's going to play out, but I am looking forward to experiencing this cup of coffee. Like it talks about the flavors that we're going to be tasting today. With that baked sugar, some chocolate bittersweetness. So I'm expecting it to be kind of like a darker chocolate-ish kind of taste to it with hints of roasted marshmallow, caramel, and almonds. So this seems like it's going to be a very flavorful cup of coffee, and I'm looking forward to it. I think we should be about cooled off enough that we could try it. But yeah, if you want to follow Brian, alright, gaming session is starting to have a good one. Alright, you have a wonderful time with your Destiny 2 there, Riv. Thanks for stopping in, I appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. But while Riv is off killing bad guys, we're going to try a nice cup of Guatemalan. So, the first thing that hits when you taste it is that bittersweetness with the like the chocolate undertones. It's not overly sweet at all. I don't quite get the caramel or the toasted marshmallow hints, but that could just be because of give me a rate. I'm working on it, Chris. But I don't quite get those hints of sweetness that it talks about. It's not a bitter cup of coffee at all, aside from that initialness that you have. It's definitely very balanced. It's like I said, it's a very tame cup of coffee. It's got all the hints of the dark roast that it is, without the negative repercussions of, like the bitterness that usually comes with it. It's actually quite flavorful, and they blend very well together. I don't know if that's why I'm having a hard time distinguishing between the different flavors because of the subtleness of them. but this is definitely up there on the roasts. I guess you can kind of get a little bit. You can kind of get a little bit of the almondy taste right at the beginning, but it's very subtle. Um, this reminds me a lot of like, I don't know how I want to explain. It almost reminds me of like one of my normal basic cups of coffee, with just slight undertones of different flavors. It's definitely, I could probably see myself drinking a lot of this. This would be one of, and again, with it being a dark roast, it's going to fall under the comfort zone of my palate with the flavors that I'm used to tasting when it comes to the coffee that I drink normally for day to day. It's definitely, I don't think I could mix this, like, because I've been doing blends a little bit, as I've talked about. Like last Sunday I did a blend between the rest of my Indonesian and the rest of my Peruvian, and that actually turned out really good. I was really happy with that. But unfortunately, like with the Kenyan that I was drinking earlier in the night, did you miss it? Kind of. I'm in the middle of doing it. How you doing, sis? We're doing the Guatemalan. For a little taste of what I was saying, the sweetness isn't as extravagant as I was expecting when I first, saw the flavors. You talk about baked sugar, chocolatey bitter sweetness, toasted marshmallows, caramel, and almonds. You think of like a sweeter kind of coffee. Good. Got Gia and Theo here in the living room with me. Well, hello, Giovanna and Theodore. I hope you guys are having a lovely Wednesday. I hope school went well for you this week, and you keep pushing through and doing good in school and or preschool, whatever. Yeah, because Theo's still at home. But Gia, I hope you did good in school this week. And Theo, I hope you're not giving your mother too hard of a time. But yeah, the sweetness, it starts off. Theo got croup. Oh no, that's not good. Sorry to hear that. I remember when I was a kid. Well, I don't remember, but stories that I used to have when I was a kid, taking after Uncle Matt too much for sure. Hopefully he doesn't take after me too much. But yeah, so you have a sweetness undertone right at the beginning of the drink, which then flows evenly into the rest of the cup and blends in with the dark roast very nicely. I would probably place this probably second of the dark roast that I've had. Was this the monthly one? This was not the monthly one, no. I haven't gotten it yet. I haven't checked the mail today either, though, so I haven't seen if I've got it or not, which I should probably do. I imagine my mail lady hates me because I do not check my mail regularly enough as it is, mainly because most of this, all bills and stuff you pay online nowadays. But, yeah, I would definitely put, it would probably be, Indonesian was probably the top one. And then I'd probably put the second, and then follow that with the Colombian. We're definitely getting quite the variety of coffee. This has been a nice change of pace. I know most of you guys have probably been here for quite a few of these. And I appreciate the renewed support for my roast rates. And I imagine if Devin has his way, next week I'll probably do the brew of the month next week, and then I imagine Devin will have enough points by then to redeem the guiding of the roast rate, which, if you guys are not familiar, for 10,000 channel points, you can determine another old school pooks, eh? You can determine what the next roast is going to be that we are going to rate. And when we were on our way back home from Minnesota last weekend, an advertisement for mushroom coffee came over while we were watching a podcast. So he's been all about that. It will be. He would love it to be here. Thinks that Sebastian has him held up, my guy. Yeah, I know. I understand. But I know he's going to absolutely love making me drink this coffee that I'm terrified about. But, yeah, so again, Great cup of coffee. That stuff is... No, don't tell me that. I don't want to... He's going to make me drink it. And it's going to be so bad. And it's going to be the biggest waste of money I've ever done in my life. It's not even... No, I'm not... I don't want to... You just lie to me, sis. Just lie to me. Tell me that it's, like, going to be one... Oh, God. It's going to fucking suck. Yeah. Yeah, I know. But, hey, it is what it is. We can't just rate good coffees, you know what I mean? I mean, like, I am doing this. It's gonna be delicious. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be lovely. What, like, I don't know what I'd be worried about. But a solid cup of coffee, probably my number 2 favorite so far out of all the ones that we've done. But I am going to fill up this cup, and we are going to try to find some more of these nights. Yes. Once again, probably a solid number 2 of the, 6 or 7. Make sure to send me a calendar invite for that one. Yeah, okay, will do. I will let you know. Like I said, I assume it's going to be in 2 weeks. I don't know. I guess we could probably still do roast rates on Wednesday. Trying to figure out my summer schedule for streaming. Just because I won't be able to do Sundays because I'm going to be working all day on Sunday unless I do it after I get off of work. But that's going to depend on how I feel towards that. But yeah, I'll go fill this cup of coffee. We'll go back to the coffee break screen, and then we'll get back into Dark Souls. So give me a few. I'll give you back to your ambience of the campfire, bonfire crackling in the distance, and we'll get back to it. So yeah, give me a few, and I will be right back.